We are just out of a 30-year-long conflict, but what we have seen is that we have the slow on-site disasters in drought, and then flash floods and landslides. So these are issues which are arresting the rapid development process that we are having now. What we have seen is that we are moving into the lower middle income country, and the aid also basically ceased, but the humanitarian needs were there following the conflict and the disasters that we do have. In this context, what we felt was, since there were many NGOs in the country and aid coming in, we had to harness more resources. This is what we felt, where we could harness resources from the private sector, and there was this private sector who was working in isolation. So this is the reason that we set up this platform in bringing the private sector in. There are many companies which are involved, from the multinationals to the smaller companies, dependent on what areas they want to help. In areas which they are working in, if it is affected in those areas, they do come forward to support humanitarian assistance. Many activities concerning how to ensure that they provide assistance in a more professional manner. The other is to reduce risks in their own companies and the families of their employees as well. So there are many initiatives that we have taken along with them. The platform is set up in bringing up the three sectors: the humanitarian sector, the private sector, and the government. So the key partner here is the private sector, linking them to the government sector. The government has always been working in isolation, so has the private sector been. This platform has helped them link better and a better understanding, and to ensure that resources are mobilized and optimized. There are so many companies which are looking at reducing risks. One is that they actually want to reduce the risks based on the disasters that there are. The other is that they need to ensure that there is ethical production in what they do. For example, we have an apparel company which is producing mass apparel to Europe. So the ethical production was an issue that they needed to comply with. They partnered with APAD. So this is where we came together in ensuring that we created a module for them and provided a training program on disaster risk reduction in their workplace and also in their homes. So far we have trained 30,000 of their employees. So that, on the other hand, brings 30,000 families when they go back home. So this is a way of creating resilience business as well as resilient communities. Leading to the World Humanitarian Summit, we have established the national platform, the national consultation, the regional consultation, and so on. What we see is the outcome of the World Humanitarian Summit. As the Secretary General said, leave no one behind and work differently and get the private sector involved. I think this is exactly what we are doing, and we see a huge potential, and we are so grateful that we can partner with the CBI, and we have seen the outcomes within this short period during this week, and the networks, the strength, the amount of resources that we can acquire from them.